Hello again, everyone. I'm Stephanie Elwood with the Southern University Ag Center. I am a licensed horticulturalist and our SNAP Ed Growing Healthy Coordinator. Today, I'm going to talk to you all about something that's very important whenever you're starting to grow your own plants, and that's greenhouse sanitation. So, wherever you start your seedlings, wherever you do your cuttings, maybe that's in your kitchen near a window, you can utilize the same principles to make sure that your plants grow best. Greenhouse sanitation. Okay, so what is the importance of greenhouse sanitation? A greenhouse is an enclosed environment that is very susceptible to pest and disease infestation. A clean greenhouse or growing space ensures healthy plants. Greenhouse sanitation requires attention to details. So I always say that getting to know plants or growing plants is kind of like getting to know people. If those of you who have children, you know you're always inspecting your child. Is everything okay? Do they have any, bumps on their skin? And do they have any cuts or bruises? So you want to do the same thing to your seedlings, to your plants. You want to make sure every day that when you go into water, you're looking underneath the leaves because that's where aphids and a lot of other pests will hang out. You want to make sure they don't have any black spots or white powdery mildew on them, because whenever you find something at the start, you can address it quickly and eradicate the problem rather than allow it to take over your plant and then really end up with a plant that isn't healthy that you cannot utilize. So attention to details. All right, let's put on this video right here and get up close and personal in the greenhouse at Southern University. So this is our greenhouse up at Southern. You can see there are some spring vegetables in here. We've got the fans going whenever it's warm. We have the heater going whenever it's cold. And these are some different plants that we have in right now. You see the greenhouse structure is fully enclosed. That way we can control the environment in here and make it warm when it's cold outside. But that also means if pests such as aphids or caterpillars get in here, they're going to take over because it is an enclosed environment. So when we see one, we have to immediately pick it, get rid of it, or take the whole tray out and get it outside of this enclosed environment. Okay, so elements of greenhouse sanitation. One of the first things you want to do and do on a regular basis is scrub the greenhouse floors and tables with a water and bleach solution at the turn of each season. So that means every spring and every fall, you want to do this to ensure cleanliness throughout the season. I know up here, Ms. Mila, I follow her lead. We make sure we kind of take everything out the greenhouse. And usually when it's the turn of the season, you don't have that many plants in the greenhouse. So it's a great time to go ahead and clean. But for example, before we get started for the spring, or before we started this year, we made sure to, she and I and whoever else willing to help, available to help, are in there with the brushes on the floor, kind of squirting off any extra soil that's on the ground, making sure drainage is going through the drains, and also hitting it with the bleach solution because you don't want any type of algae buildup on the floor. That's going to create sanitation problems and also make it where you are not safe in the greenhouse because it's often wet and you can slip more easily. So again, I'm going to reiterate, scout the plants daily for pest and disease. Just like I said earlier, that means pay attention to your plants. You have to go in and water every single day, which is another element of greenhouse sanitation. Ms. Mila at the greenhouse makes sure that we water by hand and not automatically, because watering automatically can make uneven watering and also can increase disease and insect population by having too much water standing in an area. So watering by hand is important. And then every time you go into water, when it gets warm like this time of year, you're gonna have to water every day. You wanna pay attention to your plants daily for pest and disease issues. So again, that means going in, checking out your plants, looking at them, looking underneath the leaves and seeing if you see any pest or disease. And if you do, making sure to address it immediately. When you do take care of any issues immediately, this reduces the spread of pests, be it aphids, caterpillars, whiteflies, and disease. You want to make sure you catch it, you get rid of it. That way, that nice, warm, happy environment in the greenhouse won't be nice, warm, and happy for your pests and disease. Um, Remove any infested plants. You can actually bring them outside the greenhouse to kind of shake them back and see if they can, you can spray some soap on it or some different disease management solutions and see how it does outdoor. And if it gets better, you can bring it back inside the greenhouse. Additionally, something we do up here at the greenhouse is water from underneath to avoid water on the leaves, which reduces disease. If you get water on the leaves and it's warm, humid as it is in Louisiana, that doesn't do anything but increase disease spread. So watering underneath is helpful, and this next clip is going to show you how to do that. So this is how you water plants from underneath. Right here we have a tub that we filled with a couple inches of water. This is a tray of hibiscus. And you see I'm just going to set it in here. This allows the water to water the plants evenly. We know that everyone has the same amount of water, and we're not having water on the leaves, which actually increases chance of disease. So watering from underneath decreases disease in the greenhouse, and it's a very efficient way to get everything watered. So, did you know that a greenhouse is a heated, enclosed structure meant to start plants ahead of time or extend a growing season? A hoop house or a cold frame is an enclosed space for growing seedling and plants, and it does not have heating. In Louisiana, we are lucky enough to be able to plant outdoors almost every single day of the year, but in most states up north, they require greenhouse production for year-round growing. So just like we grow a lot of stuff outdoors in the spring, up north, they may not have a long enough spring season to produce something, so they have to do it inside a greenhouse. So down here in Louisiana, we should really appreciate our weather, even though it's up and down, rainy, cold, hot, we don't know. But at least it's a good environment for being able to grow vegetables outdoors year round. Now, after learning more about greenhouse sanitation with me today, you can practice these principles anywhere that you start your seeds. Like I said, be it in your kitchen, under your carport, near a window. What you need to do is keep it clean to produce healthy seedlings and healthy plants, and to get optimum produce yield. Once you put it out into your raised bed or into your ground, you want to get as many tomatoes as possible, bell peppers as possible, banana peppers. And the way that you do that is by making sure your plants are healthy, and whenever you grow your seedlings, that it's sanitary. Thank you for tuning in. Again, I'm Stephanie Elwood, our Growing Healthy Coordinator up here at University Ag Center.